poem I'm going to do is The Song of the Smoke by W.E.B. Du Bois. I am the smoke king, I am black. I am swinging in the sky, I am ringing worlds awry. I am the thought of throbbing mills, I am the soul of the soul toil kills, wraith of the ripple of trading rills. Up, I am curling from the sod, I am whirling home to God. I am the smoke king, I am black. I am the smoke king, I am black. I am wreathing broken hearts, I am sheathing love's light darts, inspiration of iron times, wedding the toil of toiling climes, shedding the blood of bloodless crimes, lurid lowering mid the blue, torrid towering toward the true. I am the smoke king, I am black. I am the smoke king, I am black. I am darkening with song, I am hearkening to wrong. I will be black as blackness can. The blacker the mantle, the mightier the man. For blackness was ancient ere whiteness began. I am daubing God in night, I am swabbing hell in white. I am the smoke king, I am black. I am the smoke king, I am black. I am cursing ruddy morn, I am hearsing hearts unborn. Souls unto me are as stars in the night. I whiten my black men, I blacken my white. What's the hue of a hide to a man in his might? Hail, great, gritty, grimy hands, sweet Christ, pity toiling lands. I am the smoke king, I am black. Thank you.
And I will be reciting the poem, The Ballad of Reading Dales by Oscar Wilde. He did not wear his scarlet coat for blood and wine or red, and blood and wine were on his hands when they found him with the dead. The poor dead woman whom he loved and murdered in her bed. He walked amongst the trial men in a suit of shabby gray, a cricket cap on his head, and his steps seemed light and gay. But I never saw a man who looked so wistfully at the day. I never saw a man who looked with such a wistful eye upon that little tent of blue which prisoners call the sky, and at every drifting cloud that went with sails of silver by. I walked with other souls in pain within another ring, and was wondering if the man had done a great or little thing, when a voice behind me whispered low, "That fella's gotta swing." Dear Christ, the very prison wall suddenly seemed surreal, and the sky above my head became like a cast of scorching steel. And though I was a soul in pain, my pain I could not feel. I only knew the haunted thought that quickened his step, and why he looked upon the garish day with such a wistful eye. The man had killed the thing he loved, and so he had to die. Thank you.
Hi, Edith Tracy. I'll be doing You Were Old, Father Williams by Lewis Carroll. You were old, Father Williams, the young man said, and your hair has become very white. And yet you incessantly stand on your head. Do you think at your age this is right? In my youth, Father Williams replied to his son, I feared it would injure the brain. But now that I'm perfectly sure I have none, why, I do it again and again. You are old, said the youth, as I mentioned before, and have grown most uncommonly fat. Yet you turned back somersaults in at the door. Pray, what is the reason of that? My youth, said the sage as he shook his grey locks. I kept all my limbs very supple. By use of this ointment, one shilling a box, allow me to sell you a couple. You are old, said the youth, and your jaws are too weak for anything tougher than suet. Yet you finished the goose with the bones and the beak. Pray, how did you manage to do it? My youth, said his father, I took to the law and argued each case with my wife, and the muscular strength which it gave to my jaw has lasted the rest of my life. You are old, said the youth. One would hardly suppose that your eye was as steady as ever, yet you balanced an eel at the end of your nose. What made you so awfully clever? I have answered 3 questions, and that is enough, said his father. Don't give yourself airs. Do you think I can listen all day to such stuff? Be off, or I'll kick you downstairs. Thank you.
In a poem called The Way Through the Woods by Rudyard Kipling. They shut the way through the woods 70 years ago. Can I stop? They shut the road through the woods 70 years ago. Weather and rain have undone it again, and now you will never know. There was once a road through the woods before they planted trees. It is underneath the coppice and heath and the thin anemones. Only the keeper sees that where the dew ring. Only the keeper sees that where the drove ring broods and the badgers all at ease. There was once a road through the woods. Yet if you enter the woods on a perfect summer night, on a perfect summer evening late, when the air cools down on the night, on the trim tram pools, and the otter whistles is made, they fear no men in the woods because they can only see a few. Because they only see a few. You could hear the beat of a horse's feet, and the skirt of the dew clattering through in the misty solitudes. Even though they perfectly knew there's a road lost in the woods, but really they didn't know.
Hello, I'm B. Ray Bacons, and I'll be performing O by Mary Sidney Herbert. Oh, what a lantern, what a lamp of light, is thy pure word to me, to clear my paths and guide my goings right. I swore, and swear again, I of the statues would observe it be. Thou justly dost ordain. Heavy weights of grief oppressed me sore, Lord, raise me by the word. As thou to me this promise theretofore, in this unforced praise I for an offering bring. Accept, O Lord, and show me thy ways. What if my life lie naked in my hand, to every chance exposed? Should I forget what thou dost me command? No. No, I will not stray from thy edicts, though round about enclosed with snares the wicked lay. Thy testimonies, as mine in heritage, I have retained still, and unto them my heart's delights engage. My heart, which still doth bend, and only bend, to do what thou dost will, and do it till the end.
In England once, there lived a big and wonderfully clever pig. To everyone it was plain that Piggy had a massive brain. He worked out sums inside his head. There was no book he hadn't read. He knew what made an aeroplane fly, and he knew how engines worked and why. He knew all this, but in the end, one question drove him round the bend. He simply couldn't puzzle out what life was really all about. What was the reason for his birth? Why was he placed upon this earth? His giant brain went round and round, alas. No answer could be found. Till suddenly, one wondrous night, all in a flash, he saw the light. He jumped up like a ballet dancer and yelled, "By gum, I've got the answer! They want my bacon, slice by slice, to sell at a tremendous price. They want my tender, juicy chops to put in all their butcher shops. They want my pork to make a roast, and that'll be the part that'll cost the most. They'll want my sausages in strings. They even want my chitterlings." Ooh, the butcher shop, the carving knife. That's the reason for my life. Now, such thoughts as these are not designed to give a pig great peace of mind. Next morning, in comes Farmer Bland, a pail of pig swill in his hand, and Piggy, with a mighty roar, bashes the farmer to the floor. Now comes the rather grisly bit, so let's not make too much of it, except that you must understand that Piggy did eat Farmer Bland. He ate him up from head to toe, chewing the pieces nice and slow. It took an hour to reach the feet, because there was so much to eat. And when he finished, Pig, of course, felt absolutely no remorse. Slowly, he scratched his brainy head, and with a little smile, he said, "I had a fairly powerful hunch that he might have me for his lunch. And so, because I feared the worst, I thought I'd better eat him
Is Josephine Baker Finds Herself by Patience Agbabi. I forgot. Okay. She picked me up like a slow burning fuse. I was down that girls' club used to run in Brixton on acid for fuel. Lipstick lesbians, techno, so hardcore it's spewing out Audis. She samples my heartbeat and mixes it with vodka on the rocks. I'm her light-skinned, negative, 20-something, short black wavy bob diva. She purrs, "La garçon, fancy a drink?" I say yes. She's crossing the star bar like it's a catwalk so sleek. A string of pearls, her flapper dress, studded with low-cut diamonds. Through my skin, straight to my heart, 20 chic. She works me up and down. I worship the way she looks. The way she looks me up and down, I worship 20 chic. She works through my skin, straight to my heart, studded with low-cut diamonds. A string of pearls, her flapper dress, yes! She's crossing the star bar like it's a catwalk so sleek. She purrs, "La garçon, fancy a drink?" I say, 20-something short black wavy bob diva, vodka on the rocks. I'm her light-skinned negative. She samples my heartbeat and mixes it with techno so hardcore it's spewing out Audis on acid for fuel. Lipstick lesbians. That girls' club used to run in Brixton like a slow burning fuse. I was down, she picked me up.
My next poem is called It's Work by Benjamin Zephaniah. I could have been a builder, a painter, or a swimmer. I dreamt of being a Rasta writer. I fancied me a farmer. I could never be a barber. Once, I was not sure about the future. Got a sentence and I done it. Still me angry feelings groweth. Now, I am just a different fighter. I sight the struggle up more clearly. And I get younger yearly. And my black heart don't get no lighter. I will not join the army. I would work with malt and barley. But here, I am checking my roots. I could work the I-tile kitchen. But I don't cook that chicken. And I won't lick nobody's boots. Yes, I could be a beggar, maybe. Not a tax collector. I could be a streetwise snub. But I'll just keep reciting the poems that I am writing. One day, I will have a proper job.
The applicant by Sylvia Fair. First, are you our sort of person? Do you wear a glass eye, false teeth, or a crutch? A brace or a hook, rubber breast or a rubber crotch? Stitches to show something's missing? No? No? Then how can we give you a thing? Stop crying. Open your hand. Empty? Empty. Here is a hand to fill it and willing to bring teacups and roll away headaches and do whatever you tell it. Will you marry it? It is guaranteed to shut your eyes at the end and dissolve of sorrow. We make new stuff from the soul. I notice you're stark naked. How about this suit? Black and stiff, but not a bad fit. Will you marry it? It's waterproof, shatterproof, proof against fire and bombs through the roof. Believe me, they'll bury you in it. Now your head, excuse me, is empty. I have a ticket for that. Come here, sweetie, out of the closet. Well, what do you think of that? Naked as a papered start, but in 25 years she'll be silver, in 50 gold. A living doll everywhere you look. It can sew, it can cook, it can talk. It works, there's nothing wrong with it. You have a hole, it's a poultice. You have an eye, it's an image. My boy, it's your last resort. Will you marry it? Marry it? Marry it. Thank you.
I've written a poem, Benjamin Zephaniah, by Benjamin Zephaniah, and it's called Work. Before I start, I will let everyone to get a beat going. I could have been a builder, a painter or a swimmer. I dreamt of being a rasta rapper. I fancied me a farmer, I could have never been a barber. Once I wasn't sure about the future, got a sentence and I'm done with it. I'm angry feeling still, bro, but now I'm a different writer. I see struggle more clearly, and I'm getting younger yearly. I'm a black man, I ain't getting any lighter. I know I won't join the army. I'm working more on Bali. But here I'm checking my roots. I could work in a little kitchen, but I won't cook dead chicken. Yes, I can be a street. Maybe I could be a beggar, but never a tax collector. Guess I could be a streetwise snob, or maybe I could keep reciting the poems that I wrote, and maybe one day I'll have a proper job.
I'm Vera Vacant, and I'll be reciting The Applicant by Sylvia Plath. First, are you our sort of a person? Do you wear a glass eye, false teeth, or a crotch, a brace or a hook, rubber breast or rubber crotch, stitches to show something's missing? Then how can we give you a thing? Stop crying. Open your hand. Empty. Empty. Here is a hand to fill it, and willing to bring teacups and roll away headaches, and do whatever you tell it. Will you marry it? This guarantees that don't shut your eyes again, then dissolve sorrow. We make new stock from the salt. I notice you are stark naked. How about this suit? Black and stiff, but not a bad fit. Will you marry it? It is waterproof, shatterproof, proof against fires and bombs through the roof. Believe me, they will bury you in it. Now your head, excuse me, is empty. I have the ticket for that. Come here, sweetie. Out of the closet. Well, what do you think of that? Naked is paid to start, but in 25 years, she'll be silver. In 50, gold. A living doll. Everywhere you look. It can sew. It can cook. It can talk. 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 It works. There's nothing wrong with it. You have a hole. It's a poultice. You have an eye. It's an image. My boy, it's your last resort. Will you marry it? Marry it. Marry it.
So the runner-up for this evening is Dorothea Darby. We'll do the chocolate.
Chocolates is always good.
Chocolates.
Anytime.
So we're going to give you all these. Now we are. So we're done.
Can't miss out on
Thank you very much.
All important. Now, our overall winner might be on six, isn't it? Is Uda Capuzzi. Now this is for you, so you've got the shoulders.
Great.
Right.
Lovely.
And now the school that you're representing is Precious School for Girls, isn't
Yes,
it?
Precious.
So the school, have we got a teacher here, someone from the school?
We know we have.
Oh, yes, the big smiley face there. Right. Oh, a little smiley